Now the question number 1, the position of particle at time t is given by the equation xt is equal to v naught by a into 1 minus e to the power of at. Here v naught is equal to constant and a greater than 0. Dimensions of v naught and a respectively are. So options are given. So first of all, the position of particle in terms of equation is given, that is xt is equal to v naught by a times 1 minus e to the power of at. So this one. But first of all, v naught is equal to constant and a greater than 0. But what happens in this case here? E to the power of at. So that means a into t is dimensionless, that is nothing but m to the power of 0, l to the power of 0 and t to the power of 0. So a into t is dimensionless, means what happens in this case? First of all, here a into t is equal to dimensionless. Dimensionless is nothing but a into t is equal to dimensionless. So a is equal to 1 by t. So that means a is equal, dimensional formula of a is equal to t to the power of minus 1 is equal to m to the power of 0, l to the power of 0 and t to the power of minus 1. But here given v naught by a is equal to, what is this here? X. So dimensional formula for v naught is equal to x into a. Now here x means what is that here? That is length. But a means what is that here? Already we calculated, that is t to the power of minus 1. So here l t to the power of minus 1, or otherwise we will write m to the power of 0, l t to the power of minus 1. So here this is the dimensional formula for v naught. V naught is m to the power of 0, l t to the power of minus 1 and a, that is m to the power of 0, l to the power of 0, t to the power of minus 1. So which option is correct here? Option D is correct. At a given instant of time, two particles are having position vectors 4i cap minus 4j cap plus 7k cap meters and 2i cap plus 2j cap plus 5k cap meters respectively. If the velocity of the first particle is 0.4 i cap meters per second, the velocity of second particle in meters per second, if they collide after 10 seconds, is how much? So now what happens here? The position vector, first one, r1 is equal to 4i cap minus 4j cap plus 7k cap meters and r2 is equal to 2i cap plus 2j cap plus 5k cap meters and velocity v1 is equal to 0.4 i cap meters per second and time after 10 seconds they gets collide. So that means t is equal to r1 minus r2 divided by v2 minus v1. So here time t 10 is equal to r1 means what is that? 4i cap minus 4j cap plus 7k cap minus 2i cap plus 2j cap plus 5k cap divided by, so v2 minus v1 is nothing but 0.4 i cap. Now here cross multiplication, 10 times v2 minus 0.4 i cap is equal to 4 minus 2 is nothing but 2i cap minus 4 minus 2 plus into minus minus 2 minus 6 i cap j cap and 7 minus 5, that is plus 2k cap. So here plus 2k cap. Now here 10 v2 minus 4 i cap is equal to 2 i cap minus 6 j cap plus 2k cap. So here 10 v2 is equal to 4 i cap plus 2 i cap minus 6 j cap plus 2k cap. So 10 v2 is equal to 4 plus 2 6 i cap minus 6 j cap plus 2k cap. So here v2 is equal to 6 by 10 i cap, 6 by 10 j cap plus 2 by 10 k cap. So here v2 is equal to 0.6 i cap minus 0.6 j cap plus 0.2 k cap. So this can be written as V2 is equal to 0.6 common I cap minus G cap plus 1 by 3 k cap. This can be written like this. So which option is correct here? 0.6 into I cap minus J cap plus 1 by 3 k cap. So which option is correct here? B is correct. Here how it came this one, that is 0.2 k cap can be written as 6 by 10 into 1 by 3 k cap. So here 3 2 times, no, that is 2 by 10 k cap, or otherwise 0.2 k cap. That's why 0.2 k cap can be written as 6 by 10 1 by 3 k cap. So 6 by 10 is nothing but 0.6. I common like this. So which option is correct here? Option B is correct. Now the question number 3, the horizontal and vertical displacements of x and y of a projectile at a given time t are given by x is equal to 60 and y is equal to 8t minus 5t square meters. The range of projectile in meter is how much? So first of all here horizontal displacement. Horizontal displacement x is equal to 60. So when it is comparing horizontal displacement, that is u cos theta into t, here u cos theta is equal to 6. That is number 1. Now another one, vertical displacement. So here vertical displacement y is equal to 8t minus 5t square. So y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. Comparing this one, u sin theta is equal to 8. This is second one. So which one we want to calculate? Range of projectile. So here range of projectile r is equal to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. So here r is equal to u square sin theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. This can be written as 2 u cos theta and u sin theta divided by g. 2 into what is u cos theta here? 6. U sin theta how much? 8 divided by this one 10. So here 2 6 are 12. 12 into 8, 12 8 are 96 divided by 10. So which option is correct here? 9.6. Option A is correct. Here now the question number 4, a 2 kg ball moving at 24 meters per second undergoes an elastic head-on collision with a 4 kg ball moving in the opposite direction at 48 meters per second. If the coefficient of restitution is 2 by 3, their velocities in meters per second after impact are how much? So first of all, initially which one this is? 2 kg ball is traveling with the velocity 24 meters per second. Another ball of mass 5 kg traveling with velocity 48 meters per second in opposite direction. So that means here, now here this is m1 is equal to 2 kg and u1 is equal to 24 meters per second, but m2 is equal to 5 kg and u2 is equal to 48 meters per second. But after the impact, E is the coefficient of restitution E is equal to 2 by 3. After impact, what are the velocities? So first of all, both are in opposite direction. So here V1, after impact, the final velocity of first body, that is V1 is equal to m1 minus em2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus, why? Because opposite direction, 1 plus E into m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into, that is u2. Now substitute m1, already we know that 2 minus E 2 by 3 into 4 divided by 2 plus 4. It is multiplied with initial velocity 24 minus 1 plus 2 by 3 into 4 divided by 2 plus 4 into, that is 48. Now here on simplification of total, here 6 minus 8 divided by 3 into 6, why? Because 3 here into that is 24 minus, on simplification of this one, 20 divided by 3 into 6 into 48. So here what happens in this case here, minus 2 by 18 into 24 minus 20 by 18 into 48. So what happens in this case? LCM is 18 minus 48 minus 960 is equal to minus 1008 divided by 18 is equal to minus 56 meters per second square. Now I want to calculate the velocity v2 for second body. That is, v2 is equal to 1 plus e times m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus m2 minus e m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into u2. Now here substitution, that 1 plus, that is 2 by 3 into m1 is 2 divided by 2 plus 4 into 24 minus m2 4 minus 2 by 3 into 2 divided by 2 plus 4 times 48. Now here on simplification of this one, we are getting 10 divided by 3 into 6 into 24 minus 8 divided by 3 into 6 into 48 is equal to 240 divided by 18 minus 384 divided by 18 is equal to, taking LCM 18, that is 240 minus 384 is equal to 144 divided by 18. So here minus is there now, here minus is equal to minus 8 meters per second. So which option is correct here? Minus 56 and minus 8. So option A is correct. Now the question number 5. A block of mass 2 kg initially at rest on horizontal frictionless surface. A horizontal force F is equal to 9 minus x square I cap newtons act on it when the block is at x is equal to 0. The maximum kinetic energy of block between x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 3 meters in joules is how much? So first of all, what are the given here? Force is equal to 9 minus x square I cap newton, and it is displaced from 0 to 3. So then afterwards here mass is given, the body mass is equal to 2 kilograms. But here one thing we have to remember, which one we want to calculate here? Maximum kinetic energy of the block between x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 3. So first of all, the kinetic energy is equal to force into displacement is nothing but dx, which from where to where here? X is equal to 0 and x is equal to 3. So integration 0 to 3, 9 minus x square into dx. 9 minus x square into dx, this is 9x minus x cube by 3, integration here 0, 3. So substitution here, 9 into 3 minus 3 cube divided by 3. 9 into 3 how much here? 27. 1 3 3 gets cancelled. 27 minus 9. So we are getting here 18 joules is the answer. So which option is correct here? Option C is correct. Here now the question number 6. Two particles of equal masses having velocities v1 equal to 4 I cap meters per second and v2 is equal to 4 j cap meters per second. First particle has acceleration a1 equal to 5 I cap plus 5 j cap meters per second square. While the acceleration of another particle is 0, center of mass of two particles move in a path of. How those are moving? So first of all, velocity of particle 1 v1 is equal to 4 I cap meters per second and velocity v2 is equal to 4 j cap meters per second. First particle is having the acceleration a1 is equal to 5 I cap plus 5 j cap. Here masses of the two particles are same, m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m, but here acceleration center of mass is equal to m1a1 plus m2a2 divided by m1 plus m2. Now substitution here. So m into acceleration of first particle, how much here? 5 cap plus 5 cap plus m into 0 divided by m plus m. So that means here this is m common. Here this one I will take as acceleration a1 plus 0 divided by 2m. Here cancel a1 divided by 2. So that means acceleration of first particle that is moving in the direction. So that means center of mass of the two particles moving in a path of. So that means what happens here? It is moving in a straight line. Straight line. So v1 equal to 4i cap, v2 is equal to 4j cap. Other particle motion is 0, acceleration is 0. So acceleration is 0 is nothing but, that means the path must be in the straight line. So option is which one? A, correct. Now the question number 7. Consider the following statements A and B and identify the correct statement or answer. A. When a person walks on the rough surface, the direction of frictional force exerted by the surface on the person is opposite to the direction of motion. Is it right or wrong? So let us consider this is the ground. Here there is a person. The person who is walking in this direction. So that means the person moving in this direction means motion in this direction. So frictional force means what is that? It opposes the relative motion. So that means the frictional force is always in which direction here? Backward direction. So that means frictional force exerted by the surface on the person is opposite to the direction of motion. Direction of motion direction is this side and frictional force direction is opposite. So option A is correct. Now taking the B. When a cycle is in motion, the force of friction exerted by the ground on the front wheel in the backward direction. Is it right or wrong? Let us consider here there is a bicycle. So here there is a bicycle. So bicycle traveling in the forward direction. So here there it will be one pedal is present here. With the pedal he is applying the force. That means what happens here? This is called rear wheel, that means back wheel. This one is known as front wheel. So rear wheel, on applying the force, the rear wheel is moving in which direction? Backward direction. So that means force applied in backward direction. So frictional force in which direction? Forward direction. This is frictional force in the forward direction for back wheel. Suppose front wheel, without applying any force, this is moving in the forward direction. So that means the direction of motion for front wheel in this direction. So frictional force in which direction here? Backward direction. So that means frictional force on the front wheel is backward direction. Back wheel means forward. So that means which option is correct here? Option B is correct. So that means A and B are correct. Now the question number 8. A thin uniform square lamina of side A is placed in the XY plane with its parallel sides parallel to the X and Y axis and with its center coinciding the origin. Its moment of inertia about an axis passing through the point on the Y axis at a distance of Y equal to 2a and parallel to X axis is equal to its moment of inertia about an axis passing through the point on Y axis at a distance X is equal to d and perpendicular to the XY plane. Then the value of d is how much? To answer this question, we have to draw the diagram like this. So what is that? A thin uniform square lamina of side A, that means this is side A and this is side A and this is side A and this is side A, is placed in XY plane parallel to the sides parallel to X and Y axis and with its center coinciding the origin. Its moment of inertia about an axis passing through a point on Y axis at a distance Y is equal to 2a. So from origin Y is equal to 2a, here the moment of inertia is taken as I1 and parallel to X axis. This is parallel to X axis only and it is equal to moment of inertia about an X axis through a point on X axis, that is at a distance X is equal to d. Then the value of d is how much? That means this moment of inertia and this moment of inertia is equal. So first of all we have to calculate this inertia and this moment of inertia. First I will calculate the moment of inertia for I1 is equal to, so whenever you want to calculate the moment of inertia of I1, so here it is the center it is passing, no, that's why m a square divided by 12 plus m into r square. How much here distance? 2a. So that means 2a whole square is equal to, on simplification of this one we are getting 49 m a square divided by 12. This is I1. Now I want to find I2. If I want to find I2 means first of all I want to find the moment of inertia at this place, that is Ix and Iy. So what is this one? Iz. So that means if I want to calculate Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. So Ix plus Iy both are equal. Why? Because through the center. So that means m a square by 12 plus m a square by 12. So here what happens here? M a square by 12, m a square by 12, that is 2m a square by 12 is equal to m a square by 6. But I want to calculate the moment of inertia at this place. So that means I2 is equal to, what is this one? Moment of inertia of Iz plus m into d square, this distance. So that is m a square divided by 6 plus m into d square. This is second equation, this is first equation. Actually what is given here? 1 is equal to 2. That means I1 is equal to I2. So what is I1 here? 49 m a square divided by 12 is equal to m a square divided by 6 plus m d square. In all those one, first m gets cancelled. So remaining here 49 a square divided by 12 minus a square divided by 6 is equal to d square. So here calculating the d value, square root over 47 divided by 12 into a. So this is the d value, on simplification of that we are getting. So which option is correct here? Root 47 by 12 a. So B is correct. Now the question number 9. A particle of mass 1 kg is projected with an initial velocity 10 meters per second at an angle of projection 45 degrees centigrade with the horizontal. The average torque acting on the projectile between the time and which it strikes the ground about the point of projection in Newton meter is how much? So first of all, given mass is equal to 1 kg and angle theta is equal to 45 degrees, and whereas initial velocity is equal to 10 meters per second. But here I want to calculate torque. Tau is equal to dl by dt. But actually dl means what is that? Angular momentum. So that is nothing but mvr divided by t. So that means m into v r by t. So that is nothing but mv into v. So that means what happens here? mv square. Actually v is nothing but what is that? Horizontal velocity. So that means v is equal to u cos theta. Now substituting in this case m into u cos theta whole square. So mass how much here? 1, and u means what is that? 10 into cos 45 degrees whole square. So 1 into 100 into 1 by 2 is equal to 50 Newton meter. So which option is correct here? Option B is correct. Now the question number 10. The escape velocity of body on Earth's surface is Ve. A body is thrown up with a speed root 5 times Ve, assuming that sun and planets do not influence the motion of the body. Velocity of the body at infinite distance is how much? So first of all, to calculate this one from the Earth's surface to the infinite distance. So first of all, here given escape velocity Ve is equal to square root over 2 capital G capital M divided by R. Then afterwards projection velocity. So here projection velocity is equal to root 5 times escape velocity. So whenever you want to compare the velocities to get the answer, that is infinite distance, what is the velocity of the body? So that means simply total energy at surface is equal to total energy at infinite distance. So total energy is nothing but kinetic energy plus potential energy at surface is equal to total energy at infinity. So in this case, kinetic energy means what is that? Half minus capital G, capital M, small m divided by, that is capital R, is equal to total energy at infinity, that is half mv square plus minus capital Gm small m divided by small r. But here where r is equal to infinity, so that means this term becomes 0. So what happens here? Half m into escape velocity, how much here? Root this velocity of projection, that is escape velocity, that is root 5 times square root over 2 root capital G capital M divided by r whole square minus capital G capital M small m divided by r is equal to half m v square. So then what happens here? 5 capital G capital M small m divided by r minus capital G capital M small m divided by r is equal to half m v square. So here in all the subtraction of this one, we are getting 4 capital G capital M small m divided by r is equal to half m v square. Here m gets cancelled. So what happens here? V square is equal to 8 capital G capital M divided by r. So here v square is equal to 8 can be written as, so here v, here square root means what happens here? 2 times square root over 2 capital G capital M divided by r 2 times escape velocity. So that means here the velocity at the infinite distance, that means 2 times escape velocity. So which option is correct here? In this case 2 times escape velocity, option D is correct.